need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
The clowns in Worcester, Massachusetts have taken over because the city council there has now declared the city a sanctuary city for trans people who are so at risk because of Trump being in power. Here are, as you can see, the clowns. That person very clearly looks like a clown, giving their testimonies to the council in the debate on this motion.
You wrap up, please.
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Up, please?
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
What, the bacon and the tomato?
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum.
Surprise! We have plenty of data showing a strong connection between autism and people coming out as transgender, and which doesn't seem to really be explored much. And I think that it is the case that it is people with various neurological issues and various mental issues that are often led this way, but it's not. It's not treated by doctors as some sort of issue. It's treated as something to be celebrated and embraced, and I think that's a shame. Also, you have a right to dress how you want, but I also have the right to say that you look like a clown. This person looks like a clown. Who would dress themselves that way? I would not.
And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver.
It's
that
screaming
I was
victimhood.
in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be
makeup,
in your
what the
DMs.
fuck?
I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me.
I'm sorry, darling, but nobody is forcing you to paint on a ginger, glittery beard because you're a woman and you don't naturally grow a beard, okay? No one's forcing you to put that ridiculous-looking, ginger, glittery face paint beard on you. So stop complaining. The victimhood is just off the scale here.
I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Trump's a Nazi, everyone! News alert! So apparently, because the Nazis supposedly burnt books on gender studies, that insinuates that the Trump administration is full of Nazis. Even though, it's a bit odd. They're not very good Nazis if they're pro-Israel and they love the Jews. I'm not sure what Hitler would have thought of that. Bit of a flaw in your argument there.
Look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me!
Here we go, the suicide argument.
Okay, we're all done here.
Fucking pathetic!
No, we're all done. Come on.
Of course, we need to
Jesus
continue
Christ.
celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come,
Why she got
know
grapes
there
in
are
her hair?
strong queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
My name in
Oh,
drag
the clown
is
is
Dewey
back.
Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Don't care.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District
Glitterbeard
3.
is back.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
Can't you just have
I
one
speak
name?
as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time.
What, every time you go into bathrooms with little girls?
People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as
Oh
ma'am.
my gosh. What a
I speak
disaster.
as someone who is
Someone
afraid
called
to
you
use
sir.
public toilets.
Oh, I told you. I hadn't
speak
even heard the
as
video yet, and I
someone
told you. It's
who
about
is
wanting
member
to
of
go
this
into toilets
community.
with little girls.
And is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any
here we
moment.
go.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Here we
Now
go,
is the time to
fascism
say that
again.
federal money
We're
relies
all
on the
Nazis.
dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about
Oh, we've
easy
got some
funding and trans
ponytails going
lives
on now.
and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason, but
Nazis again! I should start
Normally I
getting a
would
tally
say
out.
good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B. Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Noticing people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right. We should make
This is a
Worcester
kid who's been
sanctuary
brainwashed
city
at school.
For trans people, everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe.
He probably got an
I've
award for
lived
this
here
letter
for
at
4
school.
years, and there hasn't really been any changes in how people feel safe in the city. My birthday is this Saturday, and all I want is peace and for you to vote yes. Please don't let me down for my birthday. There's a lot of queer people that I
Guilt
love.
tripping.
And to Candy Carlson, you should
Can't
know
say
to
no to a
never
little
call
kid, can
someone
you?
I'm 7 and I know better. The kids are watching.
You're
and we're
7
ready
and
to
you
vote
know
you
better!
out.
Oh my god. They're singing Jesus Christ. Wow. That was just, I'll say it, mental illness on steroids, okay? How can you possibly watch that video and not say that this whole movement is, a lot of the time, not for every individual, but a lot of the time, embracing mental illness rather than addressing mental illness and getting these people help, okay? I think you could clearly tell there, obviously I can't say for certain, but I think you could clearly tell there that a lot of those people were absolutely off their rocker, and I felt sorry for them because I saw these are people who clearly look like they need help. They are mentally unwell. Can someone please help them and give them therapy and give them the help that they need, rather than telling them, oh, you're amazing as you are, keep your frock and your clown outfit and your sour grapes in your hair on. It's fucking nuts, okay? Yeah. And then the 7-year-old at the end saying, I'm 7 and I know better. Okay, let's take the ego down a few notches, because you are just 7, darling, okay? You're saying that the whole Trump administration, that you know better than them. You've got more life experience than them. You know more about trans and gender and all this stuff than everybody up there. I'm sorry, you don't. Trump knows what biological sex is. You don't, because you've been brainwashed since kindergarten by your woke teachers. Honestly, that was just insane. But yep, so that's the news. So this city, Worcester, not Worcester in the UK, luckily, Worcester in Massachusetts, has voted to become a sanctuary city for trans people. Well, I'll tell you what, I won't be visiting there on my next trip to the States, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm Chloe Dobbs. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button below if you haven't already.